For more than 40 years, every UK government has promised to close the gap between our richest and poorest places. And for 40 years, the gap has widened. My research asks an uncomfortable question. What if the policy system that we keep relying on is itself part of the problem? My name's Glenn Athey. I tested 8 major local and regional policies for addressing economic disparities and inequalities over the last 25 years against the academic literature and research on policy failure. And what I found was, across all 8 major policy areas, the same 10 weaknesses came up again and again. These included chronic underfunding, competitive begging bowl bidding for funds, centralised control dressed up as devolution, and more corrosively, what I call the implementation doom loop. And the doom loop works like this. Short-term political pressure leads to short-term policy solutions for long-term structural problems. And this leads to a lot of change and churn in the institutions and partnerships and vehicles used to try and address local and regional economic disparities. And this produces delivery failure because the solutions are too short term, they don't have enough funding, they don't knit together different strands of government sufficiently, and this failure creates fresh pressure for quick, visible fixes. And so we end up in a loop of short-term fixes for long-term structural problems. In the UK, it's made worse with the electoral cycle by each new government dismantling the previous government's flagship policies and institutions and starting all over again. But there's reason for optimism. The new devolution settlement brings multi-year funding and an end to endless competitive bidding for local and regional economic funding. But 2 risks remain. The first risk is that capacity and capability at the local level isn't keeping pace with the reform or the expectations being placed on devolution to address local growth and local economic disparities. The second risk is that our devolution arrangements, even though they get a lot of cross-party support, have no constitutional protection. So, if they don't perform to the high expectations being set for them, they could be reversed or weakened. So, my message for local leaders in these new devolved institutions is don't wait for the national policy system to change. Build strong institutions at the local level and deliver visible results. You can access the full report and a longer video at the links that accompany this short video summary. Thanks for listening.